Hello everybody, I'm here at the oral surgeon's office again, and he wanted a second follow-up with me, so I'm like, okay, there was apparently some possible bone issues that, after the last surgery, so he wants to just check it to make sure that it doesn't need some more work. Hello everybody, it's the day after I posted the most recent podcast, and I had a very good night with the kids. Morning, they were still full. They were not maximum level, but they were there, But it's okay, I got ready and I came out. I had a dental appointment. The oral surgeon wanted to do a second follow-up because apparently there's a spot near where he had, operated, where he'd removed the three teeth, where the bone is, very close to the gum. And he told me last time, your gums are in very bad shape because you don't look after your teeth and you don't floss and you don't do this and he is actually a bit of an asshole, but he's a very good surgeon, So, and he looked at it today and he said, well, it's not poking through yet. It may. And if it does, then you come back here and we'll sand it, polish it, and we'll do whatever. And as long as it's not bothering you with, talking and eating, and I said, not yet. A little bit of pain. I mean, when he poked it, yeah, there was pain. But before he poked it, it was pretty much okay. So, and I told him. I mean, he knows about my struggles because I had to tell them, because the whole substance thing when I was before the surgery, and they won't give anesthetic and they won't do this, they won't do that. You have to tell them, So, and I told him. I said, look, it's 7 weeks clear today, so this is not, the possibility of, needing to polish the bone. That's not a big priority for me. Right? Food was good, lots and lots of food. Could have done without the country music. Yellow and green tea ice cream. Everybody, it's now I think a couple of days later or so, and Agita is there running that way, and one of the babies is there very nicely settled, and then the other baby is there under the dining table. I saw him, Now, there's a lot to report. There's so much going on that I didn't make an entry or anything. I made a very brief journal entry yesterday, and I didn't tape, I think, at all. Just because the energy is going in a different direction right now. There's the whole house thing, getting closer and closer to the closings around that. And then stuff, and I'm not going to go into this in detail again. It's like, personal stuff. But, my parents and the health issues in India and things happening there. And then I had to meet some human relatives yesterday, not the ones that live here, the ones from the States. And there was some stuff there talking about my parents and stuff that's going on. And so that was all kinds of, kind of human family stuff was happening yesterday. So that was sort of a distraction. And my out-of-province friend wondered if that kind of stuff was increasing my pull. And I go, not really, because, it's kind of at a distance. It's not happening here. So so there's stuff happening there, and there's health issues, and they're very old, but it's at a distance, and there's some, there's all kinds of things going on. And again, I'm not going to go into all of that. It's at a distance. Plus, I think the main thing that is, everything that is, it's all being counterbalanced by how big a push this other stuff is, and it's all happening at the same time. So this stuff, the house stuff, and having to go. So I have to go again today. I'm just about to leave on a day trip. I'm going to drop the Corvette. I'm going to, pick up some another tax paper from the city hall there. I got one before and I lost it. I got it a month ago. I can't find it, So I have to go all the way there. But I have to go anyway because I have to go to the storage place. And the movers are coming Monday, so I want to go to the house and maybe arrange a little, but when I get there, I might just go. I'll just plan. I go, this is what I would tell the movers to do on Monday. I might not actually do anything myself today, but I can plan. So all of this is keeping me very, very busy. And then I might drive by a couple of houses from outside. We're getting closer and closer to that. Though right now, the priority is just getting this house sold, I've got to get somebody to clean it. It's very dusty from all the renovation stuff. And, it's fair enough that, even though he's going to be renovating, the place shouldn't be, should be like a little bit tidy when you, at least, dust-free, and the stuff that is staying just piled up neatly in a corner. That's not a lot to ask. So, and windows cleaned. They haven't been cleaned in like 7 years. So, I'm here at the house again. The movers are coming on Monday. It's a bit of a mess. And I have to, I went and I gave the deposit for the movers, did all of that. And, like this thing is part of the shower, it has to stay. So, can't get that accidentally packed into the truck. And I went to the storage place. I did all of that, the kind of stuff you have to do before moving. It's a different kind of move because I haven't actually lived in here in many years. So it's, and there's not all that much furniture. There's that stuff, which my, very nice set that my dining set that my cousin gave me. And there's some furniture there, there's some boxes. And, stuff like the old TV. That's a really old TV. I mean, is it worth taking that, or just take it to the dump, or is it a place for electronics? I think the dump has an electronic thing. I don't know. I don't know. I'll have to look into all of that. Should have done all this before, but last minute. But like this thing, I probably want to throw it out. But if there's room for it, we'll take it, and we'll figure it out later. And that. And from upstairs, there isn't much. The only thing upstairs is those 2 big cabinets, which actually came with the house. But if they can be brought down the stairs, I might take them. They're nice, like IKEA type cabinets. But if they can't be taken down, my contractor friend says that he can maybe dismantle them. And we've got a couple of days after the move. Dismantle them and just take it to the dump. Not bother reassembling. So I have to be here to guide them, and so I have to come really early. Really early on Monday. So I was going to do some stuff here and kind of organize, but it's just kind of overwhelming. So I think the better thing is just to show up really early on Monday morning. So I have to leave home at like 5:30 or something. But I'll do that because there's not much I can do here right now. And then I have to find someone to clean. But it's okay. Just getting to the stage is such a relief. Just getting to the stage, getting to this point of being so close to, being out of here and being able to find something else and letting somebody else who I think will really, it will be a good fit for them. They can finish it in their own way. But I do want to leave it clean. I want to get everything out that needs to go out. And so I've got a couple of days. Everybody, I'm here at one of my favorite brunch places, and you can see the building in the distance. I just walked over, and I had a good night with the kids. I got home, I was really tired from all the running around. And I guess it was a productive day. I gave the deposit to the movers. I went to the storage place. I tried to do something at the house, but it's just I couldn't really rearrange the boxes in the garage or anything. So I left a couple of notes for the movers in case they get there before me. So all of the stuff, part of selling, moving. Everybody, I'm here at the house, and the movers got here before me. I'd left the garage door open, but my contractor friend, really friend at this point, my friend had got here too, and he let them into the house, and he was directing them what stays here, what goes. And some of the books, they've been sitting in here for 7 years. They're all boxes of books, and some of them got moldy. I guess dampness, So so the mover people are saying you can't take these because so I'll have to figure out. I got so many books. I hate throwing out books, but if they're moldy, I don't have a choice. So I have to and he goes, they're going to make your other books moldy. So I'll just take them to the dump with my friend tomorrow. The dump isn't open today. And then the mover one of these books, he picked it up, and I was thinking about this book the other day. I even mentioned it, I think, in a podcast. Heidegger's Being in Time. Sein und Zeit, from back when I studied philosophy in graduate school. And I think I mentioned Dasein, a being here and a being there, and I think it came up with somewhere in a podcast. I remember, I'm not sure what context, but I did mention Dasein, the being here and the being there at the same time, and this kind of involvement with the world. And the mover, he handed it to me, and he said, "Oh, this book, it had like silverfish running around in it." And I'm like, "Oh, I just mentioned this book the other day. I was thinking of it." So I said, if I put it in my car, silverfish are not going to eat the upholstery, are they? And he goes, I hope not. I think I should. Most of the stuff is out. And the rest of the stuff here, and the movers are very good. They're very nice people. And he pointed out, he said, well, that is the stuff. I mean, they charge, $350 an hour. Is like the stuff in the garage. Like this stuff, all of this has to go to the dump anyway. So tomorrow, my contractor friend, really more of a friend now, is going to help. It's a lot of work. But, and these people can't take anything to the dump. So we have to do that. And then the movers are saying all that little stuff. He says, they charge $300 an hour, and I don't have them, in bags. So I can do all that tomorrow with my contractor. I can take them in the Pacifica and whatever else goes to the dump. I have to make 2, 3, 4 trips in his truck. And the barbecue will have to I'm going to put a sign on it. It works. I just haven't used it in years. Put a sign on it in the front, just going free. Take it. If nobody takes it, then we take it to the dump. So there's still a lot of work. Next 2 days, it's not done. Hello, everybody. Here at the storage place. They're behind us, the big truck. And somebody needed to access their unit, so they had to move the truck. So he gave them in a half-hour break, and I went and got some McDonald's for them and ended up having a filet-o-fish meal myself, just as something to do. And it's very hot. It's very, very hot. But they're unloading, and there's 3 guys, so, and if I need to rent another locker, I will. So far, it's been going okay, but I'm just sort of a little bit daunted by how much shit there's still literally at the house dump. So it's going to be several trips in my contractor friend's truck tomorrow. Hopefully, we can get it done. And this is the furniture and stuff that came from the house. And I won't show the people. Came back with garbage bags that I bought from Dollarama. I'm loading up some of these MTE. These are all boxes from my parents' collection of Royal Doulton and whatever. The fathers kept them for years and years and years. And they've been moving around with me because they lived in the condo. Gotta take them to the next house. Oh, shit. And all the stuff that actually goes in them is mostly in storage, in boxes, Anyway, it's kept them so long. They're here. I'm not going to throw them out at this point, so just going to cart them along. And I'll put them in the storage garage. Bye. Everybody, I went to pay a guy for the grass cutting and stuff, and he told me that there's somebody who will take junk metal and stuff, like the old barbecue. He might even be able to use it, but said he talked to him and he said, just put everything in front of the garage. Later on, he'll stop by. If you can take any of this stuff, I said the wheelbarrow is very rusted. And he said, he probably still will take it. If he doesn't, they'll just leave it. And then we take it to the dump tomorrow. Sorry, I just had to drag everything out here. Okay, everybody. I got here. There was a crisis. There was some water leaking. My contractor has gone AWOL. There is a thing in the garage. He helped me up to yesterday. He came today. He removed a chandelier, which he was supposed to remove inside. And then he told the cleaning person he was going to the dump. And I haven't heard from him back. And I texted him, messaged him. Now, I'm kind of worried something's happened to him, or he's just kind of done with the whole situation. I don't know. I'm kind of worried, but this is another little crisis. But I'm kind of hoping that it's just that he's kind of done and he's just walking away, but he might have taken it badly that people were not happy with the work that he did, the buyer, and. There is a little leak. We're going to have to deal with all of that and talk to my cousin. But the cleaner has done a good job. And because the little leak, we had to turn off the water again. I had to tell her how to turn it off. And I bought water on the way from Drug Mart. She used that to clean. But this is as clean as she said. This is as clean as it gets. It is a little bit of pull, obviously, but too close now. Everybody, I'm on my way back. All that stuff with the contractor, the house. The house has just been such a nightmare. Obviously, it's going to be a nightmare at the end, too, but we'll deal with it. I'm not going to let it get me down or let me get me, to go party, whatever, No, clear. Just gonna, I'm having a halibut. Hey everybody, it's 11:11. It's the next day, almost 11:11. I think it's 11:11 now. And we've got Agita there, and we've got both the babies here. And yesterday, drama, and then talking to my father, and there's drama there, and my mother's health, and all of that stuff, and you know, and then drama at the house, and. But finally, today I talked to my contractor. He was not feeling well. Stuff was going on, but it sorted out. I mean, it was just it was nothing intentional. But and then I talked to the buyer, and today I'm just not going. I cannot. I just need to rest at home with the kids. Maybe go for lunch at most. And then tomorrow is I'm getting the junk removal people to come and take whatever needs to be done, and sorting out the last minute issues, and there's a problem. But the buyer has been very understanding, and I said I'd pay for it. So we're sorting all of that out. I'm just very lucky. I got a good buyer, and I just convinces me again that he was the right person for the house. He panics a bit too, but so he should. But he trusts me that I will get everything done. I will, I just want this house out of the way, done. It's been a nightmare for 7 years. Like I said yesterday to the cleaning person, I mean, I should have expected. I mean, 7 years of nightmare, the closing, the end part is not going to go smoothly either. I mean, if it had gone smoothly, something would have been wrong. I would have been worried, Oh, I just want to stay home today. The 4 days of driving back and forth and dealing with the issues, I just feel like I just want to relax with the kids and be a cat today. Bye for now. Everybody, after all the stress of yesterday and stuff, I'm like going, I need lunch. I wasn't even going to have Indian food because I got so put off by all the stuff going on with my parents in India and the whole Indian thing, but I'm like, the only thing I really like about India is the food. And this place is Hakka, so it's not entirely Indian, so I'm like, okay, lunch. Bye for now. It's the next day, early morning. It's just 7 o'clock now. So we've got Agita there, and we've got one of the babies there, and we've got the other baby there, running around from here to there, They know that I'm going on a day trip because they've seen me pack up my backpack and stuff, day backpack. Okay, today's a closing day, all kinds of issues at the house, but we seem to be working through it. And I communicated with the buyer yesterday. My lawyer cousin is kind of, amazed by this. She goes, usually buyers and sellers aren't supposed to communicate always only through realtors or lawyers. We've been talking, and we've had crises, and we've been solving them. And, I'm freaking out a little bit. He's freaking out a little bit, but we trust each other, and I'm willing to pay to get whatever done. Those are some really, really, really old cars. From 120 years ago. So it must be some kind of meeting in the beach tent down there. Oh, all kinds of more little things. By the time I got here, they had loaded up the hardwood floor boxes which were supposed to stay with the house, extra hardwood. I'm leaving any reno materials out, So they had, fortunately, it was right at the very back of the front, the most accessible part of the junk truck. So they removed it, and it's all nicely packaged, so none of it was damaged. And then they cleaned out what they called the garage. Still some stuff left. So either I arranged to do it with my, and the closing is today, but either I arranged to do it with my handyman, maybe Monday or a weekend or whatever, or Monday, or these people will come back on Monday. They can't today or tomorrow. But, and they're going to charge me less because it's going to be much less stuff, like a quarter load. So just whatever's in there. The hardwood stays. But all of that. And there were a couple of old computers that I just loaded up. As far as I know, this one's probably a collector's item. But I'm keeping it anyway. I'll just put it in the other garage. And then I've got some material on that computer. And the other computer, I don't know if it can be retrieved. I've written so much else, and it's sort of copied onto various disks. I don't know. And I've, there's so much material written that even if there's something on that computer important, it can go. But I'm keeping it anyway. That's it, so it just didn't fit because they were loaded to the top, Everybody, of course there has to be complications. Of course there has to be drama llama to the very end. I thought everything was going well with the buyer. I thought we trusted each other. He's contacted his lawyer. There's lawyers are involved. I have to get everything out of here that is not staying. So the materials that are agreed to stay for the shower there. And I had the cleaner come, but then we had the problem afterwards. And the guy came himself and removed the drywall and has made a mess here. But now that we're dealing with the lawyers, and he made this mess, you know. So at this point, I'm like, there was a sofa in here, and the guy who cuts the grass helped me get the sofa out. So there's nothing, I'm going to remove the vacuums. I'm not going to vacuum again because I don't think the hydro is on. And with all of this going on, and you know, so it's through the lawyers, and they're holding back some money for the work. He said, I trust you, but my lawyer's insisting. So I'm like, okay, let's just go through the lawyers. So, you know, and we're going to have until Monday to remove the stuff. So, and there's stuff in the garage, and the junk people, they can just access it from here. They know where it is. Yeah. So they can take everything out of there. And the sofa's out there, they can get it. And then there's stuff in the garage. So they're going to do a quarter truckload. So they've given us until 4 o'clock on Monday. I don't need to come. I've had it with this place. Let the junk people come. They know they can access just that. And not that. That's the hardwood, which stays with the house. This stuff is garbage. So I never enjoyed this house. You know, 1 or 2 years, used it as a summer place with my parents, and then all this stuff happened with the flooding and my father's accident and my struggles. So never, 7 years I haven't used this house. So at least it's not my headache anymore. And I've given the guy a good price, and leaving all the materials, leaving some water bottles. And those are the things that were in the contract. Light fixtures I hadn't used. And that thing is going to be settled by the lawyers. You know? So that's what, you know, he's holding back money. So it's okay. And I've just said to the lawyer that, tell him that not to contact me directly. It's through the lawyers now. So the buy house, you know, was a bit of a nightmare, but it's done. Somebody else's thing now. Bye for now. Buy house. That's it. 7 years of non-use. 7 years of annoyance. It's done now. It's over. Bye for now. Already unloading here. This is the stuff that I've salvaged. Everything else that is left in the garage there is going to the junk in the morning. They're picking it up. I've already contracted. I'm not going back to the house. I'm done. You know, so this is an old computer, an old typewriter, sentimental value. I wrote my first manuscript on that 35 years ago, and it's still unpublished. But and this is a mirror that came from a cabinet that was upstairs. You know, this gone to the dump to be smashed up. But I didn't want to break up the mirror. I've already had 7 years bad luck with that house. I don't want another 7 years bad luck. So I'm just going to put the mirror in the corner. I'm celebrating with soft drinks, you know, like rather than with other things. Everybody, oh, more stress, and you know, the money hasn't arrived, the wire, communicating through lawyers with the, thank you very much, with the seller, but that's done. Everything's going to be picked up on Monday. I'm not going back there. Today there was a bit of stress, just, you know, getting through to the end of it. But the money hasn't arrived yet. My friends are a bit worried, but it's okay. I had to come do an errand in Mississauga. So I've thought about this place. I've seen it many times, but they call it sizzlers, Kobe sizzlers, but I'm getting seafood. That's fish, that's shrimp, and it comes on a bed of vegetables and a mashed potato. And it's got a Szechuan sauce, and they bring Tabasco. It looks very good. I'll let you know how it is. It's very good. It's different. It's like, you know, the fish and the mashed potato and the prawns and the pineapple and rice, and it's very hot in terms of heat. It's like that thing is very hot, the metal thing, and it's just hot heat. And spice is okay. It's not super spicy, but I'm adding Tabasco. You know, a little bit of rechanneling. It's different. I tried some. It's a little expensive. like $32 or something, but there's going to be a lot left over for tomorrow and stuff. I'm not unhappy with this. Bye for now. It's a good rechanneling. Better than spending on other stuff. Bye for now. I'm here at that ice cream place again where they do the cold stone, cold slab. I've come to this vegetarian place. I went to the bank and the money still hasn't arrived, but it's okay. So I've come to this, and I had a good night, even though there were polls. There were polls at night. There were polls in the evening, just because of all of the stress and everything, and But I made it, and then kids were extra cuddly at night, and Agita didn't attack her brothers, so they're bringing their A game, as my friend says. Exchanged text emails in the morning. Came out to the bank and not there, but I finally started to get back to journal entries. I got 2 days off, because of all the stuff in the house and the closing and the stress. But I'm back to it. So at least I started, and I came out to the bank and then this, and I might wash the car. Bye for now. My friend will appreciate that. Back to washing cars. It's not like I had been. I didn't go to the underworld, but it still feels like a return to the ordinary world after all that whole ordeal. Anyway, but I'm washing cars. It's a good sign. Bye for now. Everybody, we've got Agita nicely settled there, and we've got both the babies here. One baby there, running about, and then we've got the other baby there, also running about. And yesterday, I think I taped something. There were strong polls in the evening. I guess, as I said, that whole thing was quite the ordeal. But there's still polls, but it's okay. I rode them out and had a very good night with the kids. Baby's on the bed, Agita near the bed, and we've had a good, quiet, lazy morning at home. Just checking house ads. I'm not going to go to look for a while there, but I'm still looking. So there's a rechanneling. And I made a journal entry, so I'm kind of getting back into it, recorded the dream. And it looks like rain, but I might as well go for my brunch. I'll keep an umbrella, Hello, everybody. I'm here at my usual place. It started raining just as I left. I kept an umbrella, so I was okay. But it's still raining, and I'm sitting on the patio, but it's covered, completely covered, so I'm fine. Just for a change, instead of my usual eggs Benedict, but without the meat, I'm having the salmon on toast with salad. It's actually quite good. I come here mainly for the hot sauce. Bye for now. I just got back from my brunch and an ice cream, and one of the babies there, and Agita is here in the Jackson Galaxy. I think I've told the story before about how I found out the Jackson Galaxy. The cat guy, he's got this line of toys, and he's got TV shows about cats. He's sort of the cat wrangler. But I think his biography, his autobiography is called Cat Daddy, or Cat Dad. So, but the story is that apparently it was one of his cat kids who saved his life because he was an addict. He was, and he stopped. The biggest push was one of his cat kids. So my cat kids are my biggest pushers, and I do believe that I'm still around because of them, but I haven't completely quit yet. We're working on it. It's 9 weeks. Anyway, they are my biggest pushers. No question about that. Anyway. Hello, everybody. We've got Agita there, and we've got one baby bear, and we've got the other baby bear. Okay. And I've just been sitting on the sofa and being a cat myself just for the last few hours, just, decompressing after that whole ordeal process, whatever, of the house. And, it came at the right time. I didn't even have to list the house. The buyer kind of, appeared, and had to get the house ready, and there were all kinds of issues, and I was didn't technically have a realtor representing me and stuff, though my realtor out there did provide advice, and I had my cousin lawyer who did a lot of work for me, and my contractor, all kinds of stuff. I mean, took him 7 years, and he couldn't finish it in the end. But there's a lot of drama there. But in the end, I mean, the sale went through. though there were some issues, even at the last minute. As I said to my friends, I mean, that house there was drama for 7 years, so of course the closing would be dramatic too. I think drama llama at the very end, but and the house had been a headache for me, but the person who's buying it is handy, knows what he's doing, whereas I relied on my contractor, who, I won't talk about all of that. It was just lots and lots and lots of issues there, but it's done. Now, there were polls. I mean, even though the headache is over and there should be release, less stress, there's kind of it's done. Let's party. But that's not, I know that's not going to help. But it was very strong polls. But, but it's okay. I made it. I mean, struggled, but I made it. And the kids, as my friend, out of province friend says, the kids bring their A game when they know that I'm struggling, and they've been being themselves, which helps a lot, And Agita was, she wasn't attacking anyone for a couple of days. I think she attacked her brother in the morning, but she's coming back to normal. But everything is, now I need to get back into my regular routines, like podcasts. Like I didn't post last week, for my 20 viewers. And my friends, I keep them up to date anyway, so they kind of know what's going on. So, in terms of, and I do want to thank, of course, my cousin lawyer, my realtor, who is not officially part of the sale, but is helping me find another place, but gave me a lot of advice, and everyone else who is my friends who've been there for me through this, and so and then there were some issues with my parents and all of that stuff, and I'm out of the country, so but that seems to be resolved too. So everything seems to be sort of back on track. Now, what next? As a friend of mine said, onwards and upwards, and I guess that makes sense, as I said to her, because the underworld is you go up from it, onwards and upwards. Even though this whole thing, this whole last couple of months, and I've been clear now 9 weeks. So we skipped the podcast last week at 8. This is 9 weeks, But this whole thing with the selling of the house, and it wasn't a binge, obviously, and it was very positive, but it feels like I'm returning to ordinary world, because there was a lot of stress, and there was a lot of stuff going on, and it was almost like another world, but it wasn't the underworld, if that makes any sense. So, for now, I'm just going to, start getting back into the routines. Just tomorrow there's some junk that has to be picked up, but I don't have to go there for that. And unfortunately, the buyer and myself, we're only communicating through lawyers now. So, but we're kind of, but that is done. That is absolutely done. I never want to see that house or drive by it, or even, drive within the 10-kilometer radius of it. So that's done. It was an ordeal. I mean, it was a process. There were some good memories at the very beginning, when I kind of used it as a cottage to go to with my parents, and with Agita at the time, I didn't have the babies back then. Babies I've visited a couple of times while it was under construction, but stayed in that one room. It's covered in podcasts, so they have seen it. So now we have to try to find a cat family friendly house, out there. But I need a rest. I just really need rest. So that's what's happening, and I need to get back into the routines. The usual pushes. Kids, obviously, and also things like eating out, which I've been doing, and car stuff, and and all of that other stuff, and I've got to maybe start going back to movies. And then my birthday's coming up. It's actually a big one. It's coming up this next week. So all of that, so I'll keep you posted. I'm back. I'm still here. I'm back, and still battling, battling the pulls, and the id, and the all that other stuff, and to return to the ordinary world, and in a way, that whole house thing, that was a part of that, because and that was a stressor, and that house had tied up my funds. Now, as long as I don't spend them on other things, but we'll do, which my friends are a bit worried about. But I think we're going to be okay. So just one paw in front of the other, and all of that stuff. One day at a time. So from the four of us, so from one baby there, Agita there, and myself, the nuttiest, craziest, most fucked up professor to ever walk the face of the earth. Bye for now. See you next podcast.